So to wrap up this section on swaddling, we're going to talk first about the wrong way to swaddle. And then we're going to practice swaddling another time or two. And then I'd like to show you the video clip of the dad again so that we can really watch just 10, 12 seconds of what he's doing with his little baby girl. And then we'll wrap it up. So this section. So with your little one, I mentioned that there's a right way to swaddle and a wrong way. There's lots of right ways to swaddle. So I would love for you to share with us, if you're familiar with swaddling, share with us some of the strategies that you've been taught or that you've learned or that you've come up with on your own. And the things that we want to be very, very careful about with swaddling. First, swaddling is one of the many tools in your toolkit. It's not the only tool. So when we swaddle specifically because we are trying to trigger the newborn, the baby, the infant's calming reflex. So we're not swaddling babies all the time. We're not keeping them swaddled when they're when the adults have left the room. So we're very cautious about swaddling. We don't want to over swaddle. And so swaddling is one tool in your toolkit to be used as a technique to help trigger the calming reflex. Another thing about swaddling, we make absolutely certain that baby's hips and legs are able to kick around and move around, that they've got lots of hip movement. Our physical therapists really want our babies to have a lot of flexibility and movement. So we're swaddling snug on the arms. However, it's loose in the lower parts of their body so that they can kick around. Number 3. You can choose if you want to swaddle with, especially the brand new little newborn. The little tiny ones like to keep their arms tucked sometimes. And you just have to kind of finesse that with your baby, with the parents that you're working with. And but it's fine to swaddle with babies' hands like this so that they can find their fists, so that they can give you those feeding cues. Some babies really like that. And then other babies really need their arms to be down, like the baby that we've seen in the video, that we're going to look at the video in another couple of minutes. So watch that dad intentionally brings her arms down, and that's part of what helps trigger the calming reflex for her. So you just have to kind of try it. You have to see what works for your baby, or what works for the baby of the parents that you're working with. And so you can swaddle with arms down, or you can swaddle with arms up and tucked. You just have to try it. As babies get bigger and stronger, they can work their way out of the swaddle, and that's fine. That's fine. They're ready to just move out of it. And so you want them to have that ability if they have their arms tucked or if they have their arms down. Then what about heat? So if babies get overheated, so a good way to check that with your little ones is right here at the nape of their neck. This spot is a really great spot for kind of checking body heat. So if you put your fingers up under here, put the palm of your hand and just kind of feel. Of course, if you feel the baby's sweating a little bit, they're a little too hot. If you feel that this spot's a little bit too warm, then you may want to loosen that swaddle a little bit so that baby can kind of get some fresh air. Or you can undo the bottom of the swaddle so that they're just getting a lot of good fresh air from underneath. So let me know if there are other myths that you've heard about swaddling, or other concerns that you have about swaddling. Let's practice again. And so go ahead and get your practice doll. This is a skills course. So you're learning a skill, and I wish I could see all of you practicing your swaddling skills so that I could reinforce those for you. But we're just going to have to go with you bringing your demonstration doll or your real baby. If you're working with your real baby, then always be sure that you're swaddling with your baby. So always kind of looking and seeing if baby, is in a zone where you can go ahead and swaddle them. So let's start with the down up and the down up. So the swaddle cloth is folded over a little bit on the edge. So go ahead and get your swaddle cloth and your baby folded over on the edge. Put it right behind their neck. You can see how this aligns beautifully with their shoulders. And then your first down is to come down across baby's right shoulder, pull it nice and snug, and tuck it right up under. And that's your first down. Then your first up is to grab this cloth that's hanging down here, this little tail, bring it up, and then just tuck it under baby, out of the way, comfortable for baby. So that's your first down and up. Your second down is to bring it nice and snug. See how much I'm pulling that cloth? Pull that fabric around, bring it down. And then your last up is to grab that last little bit of tail right there and bring it up. And depending on how long your cloth is, you may come all the way around, you may come around to the back of the neck, or in this case with this little one, I'm just going to tuck it right here. So it's nice and snug. Baby's all snuggled up like a little babushka. So go ahead and practice with your baby. Let's take a look and let's watch Dad again. And it's only about 10 or 15 seconds before his little daughter calms down. So we're going to see that. And so watch very, very carefully how snug he has that cuddle, that swaddling that he's doing with her, and how, let's see, how quickly she settles in with him. So you can see that was about 10, 15 seconds or so that she began responding to the swaddling. And then of course, then he moves her into side lying and shushing. So the swaddling can be a very, very effective technique. If you don't have a swaddle cloth, you can certainly use your hands. I've seen that work very beautifully many times, where you just hold little munchkin, hold their little arms together, soothe them, maybe turn them and soothe them this way, but some way that kind of helps them feel totally protected so that their hands are not flailing out. So practice your swaddling. Let us know in the comments below what your experience has been with swaddling. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next section. Bye.